Have you noticed how many foundationally Black Americans repeatedly express their discomfort with racism, colorism, and lack of representation, while simultaneously screaming that biracial and mulatto peoples are Black? One dropping everyone with a Black parent or grandparent into submission. But what I've come to realize is that these two statements cannot coexist without one invalidating the other. Therefore, one must be true and the other a fallacy. But before you decide which one is which, I encourage you to listen to the following. And remember, this is my experience. You are free to make up your own mind about this if you're biracial. And if you're not, I honestly don't value your opinion on this matter unless you have biracial children and are here willing to listen and learn. So let me take you back a few years. I was a biracial woman whom identified as Black because I had deeply internalized how the world perceived me. Foolishly, I had allowed society to cast a spell over my existence. I willingly cut off an entire half of myself to appease the masses while leaving a gaping hole in who I truly am. I considered myself to be a proud Black American woman who too was outraged by racism, lack of representation, and colorism. But I did not realize I was inherently feeding the disparities of the system by not properly identifying myself. I couldn't be outraged by the lack of representation of dark-skinned and monoracial women when I was actively booking modeling jobs as a mulatto woman and filling the limited space of the foundational Black model. It was then that it became painfully obvious to me that in taking up traditionally Black roles as a mulatto woman, that monoracial Black women and men were missing out on opportunities. But even deeper than that, it is perpetuating the antiquated one-drop rule that was created through white supremacist ideals. So please, explain to me how white supremacy is both the root of Black American issues, but the most common demographic of people upholding these outdated and damaging ideals are foundationally Black Americans. So once again, I ask, how can these two things exist? How can Black Americans admonish racism and colorism, but simultaneously fight tooth and nail in mulatto people's comment sections to uphold the outlawed one-drop rule? How can foundationally Black Americans desire more representation while also calling President Obama the first Black president, Danielle Luna the first Black supermodel, and Zendaya the highest paid Black actress in TV, when all of these people are mulatto or mixed race? The issue isn't only that you're limiting a mulatto person's identity, but that you are subsequently harming true Black Americans' progress through acceptance of the bare minimum of Blackness. So I ask once more, which one is true and which one is false? Is racism, colorism, and lack of representation of Black Americans happening? Or are biracial mulatto people Black? Because you cannot have both. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and before you leave any nasty remarks, remember, no one has to know your insecurities. I'd love to dive deeper into topics like these in our private community exclusively on Patreon. Link to join is in the pinned comment, and until next time, stay high vibe, my mulatto tribe. Peace.